Hello, my fellow light workers. It's Denise from Peace in Times of Chaos. And if you're watching this video, you're a light worker. And as light workers, what we do is we shine our light in the world. We shine love in the world. I mean, love is light. We're embodying these higher frequencies of love and light daily. I mean, these energies are streaming to the planet. We're clearing our body of old programming and density and conditioning and all of that to make room so we can embody more and more light. And once we embody enough light and we raise our body's vibration high enough, we invite in our soul. And then our soul's light comes flooding through our heart when our heart opens. So it's really this process of embodiment is embodying the light of our soul. We're bringing our divine soul into our physical body, anchoring those energies here on the planet, and then we're anchoring our light into the earth. So we anchor it in our body and anchor it into the earth. And that's what the journey is. So we bring in these high frequencies of light, and we're feeling really high and we're really good. It's almost, we shift dimensions, we access these higher frequencies, and then the work is to bring it back into the physical body, bring it here in this world. And sometimes after we have the high frequency, we're hit with that, a whole pile of crap comes up. We feel awful. Our old programming presents itself again. And one of the ones that have been coming up this year in November of 2018, and it really always comes up, is fear energies, survival fears, fitting in, being loved. A lot of my clients have been hit with this, and so have I. I'm like, well, I've dealt with that years ago. Really? It's still coming up? And yes, it does come up. So what happens is we revisit it from a higher frequency. And then we allow our light body or our soul to do the work through the frequency, the clearing work. But we have to look at it. We need to have those energies come up. And a lot of times we don't have to actually know what the energy is. We need to be present with it. And we need to look at our shadow and look at our past programming and allow the light of our soul really to dissolve those energies or to integrate them back into the light. So if you've been hit with these energy fluctuations, the high and the low and the high and the low, and you're streaming along high, and then it's like a switch turns on and the fear starts. Maybe it's survival fears or money fears. Maybe, and this has nothing to do with how much money you make or what kind of job. Money fears hit everybody. I'll talk to people and they're so fearful of losing their money, or they doubt their ability to maintain their lifestyle. Everything's fine until this switch goes on. And the fear energies really are like a switch, because you can feel, or at least I've been sensing that. I can actually sense the minute it turns on. I can feel when those fears come up for the planet. One day I was walking through a parking lot, and I could actually, the fears, all the doubts and the fears and were actually hitting me. I could feel them as I was walking along, all these fears that were just like hanging, the energy was hanging in the parking lot. So I know that was hitting humanity or coming up for humanity, were these fear energies. So what do? When that fear energy comes up, as soon as you can catch it, the sooner the better, because fear energy builds momentum really fast. So as soon as you feel that fear energy coming up, go deep inside. That's when you want to open your heart. That's when you want to be present with the energy. So how do we do that? So I'll take you through a quick little process. There's so many different tools we can use. I'll just pick one. So let's say money fears come up, or you're scared you won't have enough money to pay your rent or to pay your bills next month. That fear comes up. So a lot of times that will start in your head, in your egoic mind, because that's what the ego does. It keeps us from living our joyful life. So when that fear comes up, what I'll do is I'll just go deep within, And then I connect with the love that's in my heart. So as I feel that love, I might just tap my heart and just really tune into that. And I focus on the love that's already there. I focus on my love. And as I focus there, it takes a moment. It's like these floodgates open, and it's just more and more of my own love just comes pouring out of my heart, and it's going into my heart like it goes so deep. It's like um, something opens up and all this love energy. So then I'll take that energy from my heart and I'll just send it to my thoughts, to my mind. And as I do that, it only takes a couple of seconds. As long as I'm connected with the love in my heart and I send that to my mind, in no time at all, I get this fuzzy, light feeling and I'm back in the zone. It changes in an instant, as long as I catch it early enough. Now, if I don't catch it early enough, I usually have to go into releasing it in my body, because as the thought comes up, there's reactions in my body. There's emotional triggers. I may feel it in my stomach or nauseous or in my gut, or the body somehow feels it and feels this energy of stress. So then I may have to stand up and just shake out my body. I'll just shake everything, or I might jump. Sometimes I'll just go out and jump rope for maybe 4 minutes or something, just long enough that it gets that energy out. Now, I'm setting the attention. It's more than just jumping rope. But just the fact that you move your body will help start to process some of that energy. It's like you have to literally shake it out of your body and then send that energy to your mind. So once I get the fear energy out, then I just tune to my soul's frequency. Or you can tune to the frequency of love. They're going to be very similar. So I just go deep within, and I allow my body to just vibrate or to line up. It's like all of your energy centers, it just all comes into alignment with love when you set the intention and when you're present. And sometimes when I do that, another fear could come up. And then I just back up, do the same thing with the fear until I bring everything into alignment. Last week, I was sleeping and these survival fears came up. And I've been away from that for years where I've had those fears, so it was surprising that it came up. So I actually got out of bed right away. I didn't want to carry that energy. And this came up almost as like an energetic vomit. It just had to leave my system. I was like dry heaving and all this energy came out. And then I continued doing it as I was clearing energy. I'm really clearing for all of humanity, these survival fears. I processed it all. Took a couple minutes, then my body was calm. Got back into bed, slept like a baby. So the point is that when we feel we're slipping into a lower vibration, or we feel these fear energies coming up, address it as soon as you can before it spirals out of control. So our work as light workers, it's always about lining up our own energy, opening the heart, and allowing that light, those high frequency. For me, it's the heavenly frequencies. That's what I carry in my body. That's what these last several years has been about, integrating these higher frequencies and then radiating them out into the world. Once you clean up your frequency, and it doesn't have to be perfect. There's no judgment. We don't want our spiritual ego to get in the way of that I'm not clear enough or I'm not ready. It's nothing like that. We do the work, we line up, and then Spirit will use us and do the work through our frequency. One day I was sent to the car dealer, and I just sat in there and I was just radiating this energy out. Yesterday, I went over to Lowe's and I did need to pick something up, and there was just all these delays. I don't even know how it was possible, but to do a simple transaction was probably an hour and a half over there. But I knew why it was happening, because I was to sit in the back and I just opened my heart. I just sat there in the middle of the store on a chair at one of the service desks back there. I opened my heart and I just radiated love out. And that was my job for the day. I don't concern myself with who receives it and how they're reacting or anything like that. I listened to Spirit. Spirit had me go there, open my heart, sit, radiate love. So I was raising the frequency of the store, and also anybody that was present in the store was going to feel that energy. And as I said, it's not my concern what they do with it, but everyone, I'm just helping to anchor in these higher frequencies. So I'm in Pennsylvania, and I'm always headed out somewhere, just to anchor in these higher frequencies. So the reason I'm sharing that is because more and more of you will be asked to go places. And it's not going to make sense to your mind. Your mind's not going to like some of this. But when we can quiet the mind, we send that love to our mind, then we can listen and we can allow God to use us. And then, as I said, Spirit does the work through the frequency. So this week, notice if you're being sent somewhere. And also pay attention to your frequency. And if you have those fluctuations, especially those wild, high energy, low energy, take the time necessary to align your energy first. And then go on with your day. So see how you make out this week, paying attention to your energy. Have a wonderful, light-filled week. Bye now.